everyone. So today I am doing my top 10 essentials for a Rockabilly makeup collection. So obviously what I'm showing you is not everything that I use on my face, and it's not everything that you need to make a face, and it's also not everything that you need if you just want to do a normal face of makeup. But these are kind of like the top things that I think you should have if you're gonna do a Rockabilly face of makeup or a pinup look or whatever this is, the vintage retro kind of look. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing, I'm kind of gonna go in order of how I put them on my face. So the first thing is my Makeup Forever High Definition Foundation. I've had a long and hard struggle finding a good foundation, especially for the pinup looks where you need really good full coverage, and also if you're doing photo shoots, something that's not gonna be really reflective. And I used to use True Match foundation all the time, and I still use it on a more daily basis because this stuff is kind of expensive, but this stuff is amazing. It blends into your skin really well, they make really great colors, it feels really good, and it looks amazing. So I'm a big fan of Makeup Forever, so that's the foundation that I use. And then after I apply my foundation, you need a good powder. So I use this MAC Studio Care Blend. I know a lot of people use the Studio Fix powder foundation, and for me that's too much because I have dry skin, and I feel like if I use a foundation and a powder foundation, my skin just looks really cakey, and even though I want to cover my freckles and even out my skin tone and all of that, I still don't want to look like I'm wearing a mask. So this powder is a lot lighter, and I just apply it with a big brush and just apply it all over my face. I don't like to apply too much because, like I said, my skin is dry, so I just kind of like to give it a good dusting, and I do more around my eyes after I apply my concealer. But this is a really good, lightweight, even blend powder, and I use it in medium is the color. They also make fairer colors, but I find now that I live in LA, my skin is a little bit darker. So if you are worrying that I'm only going to show you expensive products, worry no longer, because the next thing I use is this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush. And I have a hard time finding good blushes. I own about 1 million of them, and this is the one I keep going back to, especially for the pinup looks, because it's just really pinky and it gives you a good flush, and I don't know what it is about it, but it just really complements pinup makeup really well. So this is my favorite pinup blush. And then when I start the eyes, I use this Too Faced palette. It's the natural palette. It comes with 6 shadows, 3 highlighters. I actually use the center highlighter to highlight my cheekbones before I put my blush on. You can also use it as an eye highlighter. As you can see, this kind of neutral beige color on the top, I use the most. I kind of use it as a base before I do anything else, but I probably use this palette not only for pinup looks, but I use it every day just for everything because the colors in it are great. They're all really neutral. The pigments are really good. The palette is a little bit on the expensive side, but you're also getting 6 colors and 3 highlighters. So I think I've had this thing for 1.5 years, and it's still not even halfway done. So it's definitely worth the money. The next thing that I can't live without when I'm doing a pinup face is a good eyebrow wax. You guys can see my eyebrows. This is what I use on them, and this is the brush that I use to apply it. I'm actually doing a video on eyebrows. I may or may not have already posted it. Sometimes I shoot things and post things out of order, but I will show you how I use this stuff. But I use a wax instead of a shadow. A lot of girls use shadow, but especially when you're doing a pinup look and when you're doing a photo shoot, you want your eyebrows to be really on there, because once that flash hits your face, your eyebrows are going to disappear. The next thing that I use, and I can't live without, I think if I were to only have one product on my face, it would be a tie between mascara and liquid liner. But this is the liquid liner that I use. A lot of you guys have made a comment that I used to use Almay or Prestige. I used them both forever, and then I noticed that both of them started flaking. They changed their formulas or something, because I've been using this stuff since I was 15 years old, and all of a sudden it stopped being awesome. So I tried this Kat Von D liner. One of my viewers suggested it, and I'm addicted to it. It stays on all day, it doesn't flake, it stays black, it's really easy to apply. I really like the applicator. The tip is really, really fine, which I also have a hard time. I don't like sponge tip applicators. I really like to have that really fine wing. So this stuff is awesome. You can get it at Sephora. Also from Sephora is They're Real by Benefit. It's a mascara, and it has a little like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a torture device on the end of it, but it really gets the ends of your lashes. So it kind of gives you that, I mean, they're called They're Real because they really do look like fake eyelashes. Your eyelashes wing out. It kind of gives them curl. It separates them, makes them really long. I am a mascara fanatic. I've tried millions of them, and this, to this day, is my favorite. If you guys watch my videos, you see this in most all of them. So going along with the mascara is the lashes. You can't have a pinup face without fake lashes. I use all different kinds. I don't necessarily think more expensive is better. These are a solid band lash. I also use dotted band lashes, and those ones, if you have a hard time keeping them on your eye, if they wing off, the dotted band lashes stay on a little better because they bend a little bit easier. These ones are a little thicker. They'll give you a more dramatic look. I use all different brands. I use Ardell, I use Andrea, I have used dollar store brands before. I have really big eyes, so I have an easy time keeping them on my eyeballs, but just is up to you. You can use the expensive brands. Makeup Forever makes tons of lashes too, but I usually throw them away every 4 to 5 times that I use them, just depending on how much glue is stuck on them. So, and along with lashes are the curlers to curl the lashes. This is just a curler that I got at Sephora. It's a good curler. I find that the more tension you have in a curler, the better. Also, if you have really delicate lashes or fine lashes, do not apply your mascara and then curl because you'll rip your lashes out. I always curl after I apply my fake eyelashes, but I just give it a really light kind of crimp just to push the band of the lashes down and kind of anchor them onto my lashes. So you don't actually want to really crimp your lashes once you have mascara on, because not only will it crimp your lashes and it looks weird and fake, but it's also going to tear them out if they stick. Now the next two things, I'm kind of doing them together because they go together, is a good red, which I have MAC in Ruby Woo. It's a really, really good red. I also use Revlon reds. I find the difference is that MAC will last longer and the pigment is better, but this stuff makes your lips really dry. So if you use it for an entire day, by the end of the day, your lipstick's kind of cracked. It doesn't feel so great. Revlon isn't quite as pigmented, but it'll last and it'll keep your mouth moisturized all day. So if you're just going out for a night, I would say use MAC. If you're gonna go to like a car show or Viva Las Vegas or an all-day event, I would say use Revlon, but it's really up to you what you prefer. And along with a good lipstick is a good lip brush. This is one from Sephora. I've always had good luck with Sephora's lip brushes. I also used to have a retractable one that just broke, but I really liked it. Just find one that has a really, like, comes to a point so you can get a really fine line around your lips, especially when you're applying red. You don't want it to be blurry or uneven or wavy or whatever, so a good brush is gonna help you apply a good lipstick. So those are my 10 products. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you find it helpful. Maybe you can find some things out of here that you want to buy. You don't always necessarily have to go with the more expensive products. I kind of have a mix of expensive and cheap. I would definitely say that your base, your foundation, and primer, you're probably going to want to spend a little bit more money on. Same thing with concealer, because those are kind of the base for the rest of your face. But if you can find cheap eyeshadows that have good pigments, I know that a lot of drugstore brands make them. Mascara I spend more money on because for me it just works better, but whatever you guys can find, these are just kind of my basics to give you a little roadmap of where to go. So hope it was helpful, hope you keep watching, and thanks for all of your comments and feedback. It really helps. These videos all come from suggestions that you guys have made, so take care, guys.
Well, my red-headed woman